everyone, good morning. It's 8 o'clock on the start of a Tuesday. Glad you're with us to start the day. You know, I'm just reading this news story from the Washington Post
We
here.
were both just looking at this. We're like, this is very interesting.
So a breaking news alert just crossed our phones here. And it's about Americans who test positive for the coronavirus no longer need to stay home from work or school for 5 days under new guidance from the CDC. This is coming from the Washington Post. Okay.
It has to be if you're not symptomatic,
So I'm
right?
just trying to read here. So they're trying to align it with its guidance on how to avoid transmitting flu and RSV.
Okay.
Okay. The new reality, most people with most people having developed a level of immunity to the virus because of a prior infection warrants a shift to more practical approaches. Okay, so what the heck does that mean? We have to try to get most of what people are willing to do. You can be absolutely right in the science and yet accomplish nothing because no one will listen to you. What does that even mean?
Well, this guidance is supposed to be updated in April, it says, or updated for April. So maybe we'll get more info here.
Okay, so here's what it says. Finally, the meat and potatoes of the story. Jesus. Here we go.
We know his last name.
I shouldn't have said that. I'm just like thinking here. I'm sorry. I apologize. I shouldn't have said that. Under the new approach, people would no longer need to stay home if they've been fever-free for at least 24 hours without the aid of medication and their symptoms are mild and improving, according to 3 agency officials.
Okay, so like let's treat this, it sounds like it's going to be treated more like your regular like RSV flu.
Yeah, you don't feel well, you stay home.
You don't feel well, you're still really symptomatic, you're gross, stay home. If you're fever-free and your symptoms are getting better and better.
Right, and this is what they say. Officials say they recognize the need to give the public more practical guidelines for COVID, acknowledging that few people are following isolation guidance that hasn't been updated since December 2021. Hello, long time coming.
Anyway, so that's breaking news that we were just following.
There you go.
So blurry.
I don't know. What's going on here, John? The network here has kind of been a little finicky.
No,
lately.
Megan, you're right. It is blurry. And like, we've been really struggling. I'm plugged in right now with this little plug because like our one Wi-Fi is not working.
Yeah, it's very bizarre. Apparently across the company, there are so many issues with the internet, the network, and blah, blah, blah.
Wait, we look great though.
This is the beauty filter.
Yeah, throw that filter, throw another filter on.
Melly wondering what I was talking about. Okay, so the CDC apparently is set to release some updated guidelines about COVID because they were saying that you should be isolating. This is back in 2021 for 5 days if you test positive. But now they're saying, according to the Washington Post, that if you are fever-free for 24 hours and you don't need Advil or Tylenol or whatever
it is, symptoms are improving,
you could be done after a day.
So that's going to be updated in April, though. And like as always, check with your company because some companies have their own thing too.
Yeah, I wonder if that's going to change though.
Oh, I bet it will.
What are the guidelines here? I don't even know. Does anyone
do
even
think
know?
if you're sick, I think we have days still that you could take for that. I'm not really sure.
I don't really know either. We'll have to get in touch with our HR.
Peter says,
Justin.
Yeah, sorry guys, we don't know why we're so blurry. We're having Wi-Fi issues, so it just is what it is.
Justin says CDC changed their protocol because everyone's broke. Yeah, no kidding, right?
Has anybody, we didn't actually have this on the list of things to talk about, but has anybody filed their taxes yet? Are there any early filers here? Are you an early filer?
No, we've got stuff that comes out late in March.
So Paul was saying too, like we're still waiting for a couple things to come in. We also got a packet from the accountant and we need to like go through it. And I think I've mentioned it about 4 times. I don't know that I mentioned it hinting enough that I want him to just do it.
Katie, you know
but
well enough that he's not going to do it.
I know, but like, couldn't he just do it? Just do it.
You just do it.
I don't want to just do it. I always do it.
Katie, you are the MBA in the household. There's no reason that you should not be doing this.
I hate it though. Do you get a packet?
Yes.
And then you got to fill it all out?
No.
So because you make Russ do it.
Thank you.
I have to do it?
Well, because you know that Paul's not doing it. And if he does do it, wait, hold on a second. You know that if Paul does it,
I'll double check it
and then have something totally wrong with it.
Well, don't do it wrong. Is one person the money person in your family?
Yes.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the companies. I know the nonsense that goes on in your life.
James says I have to file in 6 states. It's an expensive ordeal.
Oh, my
that sucks.
Goodness gracious. Oh, Kelly already filed and got her deposit already.
Oh, that's great.
Marguerite says most people are expecting refunds file early.
Okay, Grace, what's the double standard here? Help me help you. Justin says, my taxes took about 20 minutes, filed and already deposited in my account. Wow, that's great.
So my best friend and her husband have a really good tax system. I always thought this was funny.
Who is it?
Chrissy.
Okay.
So they dislike the doctor. Nobody really likes to do this stuff. Let's be real. Even if you're like an accountant, you're probably like, ugh, I have to do taxes too. So they make it a fun night where they like get good snacks and have champagne while they fill out their paperwork.
I'd be like a deduction here, a deduction there.
Like, make it as fun as possible. She's like, and that's what we do. And I was like, oh, yeah.
That's how you know they have a really good relationship.
Yeah.
Do they fight during it?
I doubt it.
We would be at each other's throats.
That's why you're not involved.
Brittany, good morning to you. Taxes shouldn't be so complicated. They aren't in a lot of other countries.
I know, and I haven't even looked through the packet. I don't know if it's that difficult.
Oh. Okay, Grace says the double standard is that Katie needs to do the taxes, but yet you have Russ do yours. See the picture. Okay, so
yeah, so if you do it, I'll do it.
No, but see, no, it's not a double standard at all. It's a I know you and you know me situation. I am not good with math or money.
You are smart enough to figure that out.
It is too much.
No one's asking you to quick add.
All
or
of these like
subtract.
These things that you have to fill out and like the income, the deductions, the this, that. I would be terrible at that.
And it goes to you're not doing it. It goes to your accountant.
Right. But at the same time, like then Russ's stuff has to get involved. Do I think file single or married? And then they have to figure it all. Like it's just too much.
You don't even know. This is going to be your first year to figure that out. And you were halvesies last year because
you are the one who is so good with all of that stuff.
I mean, like I'm just I feel like in a relationship, one person is like the money person. That just tends to be me because I'm a stickler for everything.
Also known as a cheapskate.
Frugal. We like to say frugal.
Justin says, the word to the wise, if you get a huge return, you're giving the interest-free loan to the government.
Yes.
But
you want to be as close to zero as possible. We know this. Yes, Ed, you're going to say, but I like to get that big chunk of money back. I think it's so much fun. Then you let the government use your money all year long. And you know that.
I know.
But
Lauren, Ed, I know exactly what you're talking about. Same in our house. Who does it, Lauren? You or Brian? I'm going to go out on a limb and say Brian.
It doesn't run in the Corigliano blood?
Peter, Ed, you're good at math, but you don't know we can have a math intervention. No. Do you know what? I want to hear something so funny. Remember what?
It does run in the Corigliano blood.
Lauren.
Okay. Maybe Lauren and I could sit and have some champagne sometime and just do it for ourselves separately and our husbands.
Remember the order of operations?
PEMDAS?
Thank you. So I was so proud of myself because Russ goes, PIDMAS. And I go, I don't think you're right here, Russ. I went to so many tutoring and extra help sessions for this. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's PEMDAS. And it's like, that's the standard. He had to Google it. I'm like, yes.
I was cracking up when the whole Taylor Swift "is she going to make it to the football" thing goes because I saw somebody write like me in high school. When am I ever going to have to calculate how fast a plane gets here in this many miles? And then it's like, if Taylor Swift has 5,000 miles to travel and she leaves at this time, what time?
You know what? Actually, that's a really good point. That probably makes math so much more relative for these kids.
Wouldn't that be funny if a teacher like came up with a problem?
Absolutely. James, congratulations, Katie. I saw your Instagram story. Stay strong against those donuts.
I didn't have one either. You didn't have one, did you?
No.
You gonna have one?
Probably not. I don't know. Maybe half.
We have a room full of punchki.
A buttload of punchki. Yeah, I mean, there's probably about 4 dozen.
Now, if you're ever looking for a nice way to phrase something, you just go to Ed Dranch for it. We have a buttload.
We do.
Like what a 9-year-old would say. There is literally a full, what is that table size? I don't know.
Like a standard table.
Yeah, like a 6-foot table.
Like a Bill's jumping table.
You jump through it. There is a table full of punchki. Like a table. The table probably weighs 300 pounds.
Connie says I have to go pick mine up at 9. They're delicious. The filling is so good, but so sugary. And I'm kind of on this like health kick recently. I'm really trying to get my summer body ready.
Oh, me too. It's the worst.
I know. And when it comes down to it, now is the time to really start buckling down. I'm trying to limit my drinking. I'm trying to limit my eating. Really. I mean, I had a couple of glasses of wine the other night. We went to a meat raffle Friday. I had a couple of beers and I'm like,
I didn't have anything Friday. Saturday I had wine.
Melly says, Ed, me too. Summer body for the first time ever. You go, girl. Melly is killing it on that weight loss journey. I love this for you. Justin says that we are his favorite.
Oh, thanks, Justin.
Thanks, Justin.
Mark had a question about the bishop. So I actually asked the diocese this. No, you do not get a dispensation for Valentine's Day.
So what do? Do you eat meat and forget about your faith, or do you just go for the fish?
That depends on you. That's a personal decision.
Okay, I'm asking. What do you do? No, just in general.
Okay. Yes.
I mean, you at home, you on our second cup.
Here was my thought. So many of those deals included like surf and turf.
Mm-hmm.
Have the surf.
Not
Save the turf for another day if that's important to you.
Mm-hmm. Melly says she's lost 142 pounds.
Dang, girl.
Melly. Atta girl. Marianne, my gym has a nutrition challenge this month. So hard to behave. Okay, so that's exactly what I'm doing. We're doing I think either 45 or 60-day challenge. And tomorrow actually is our free community workout at F45 in Black Rock. So you can come for free, I believe, with a partner. And so Russ is going to come with me for Valentine's Day.
Aww.
So we're going to do our
horrible celebration.
We're going to work out together. Couples that lift together, stay together.
Sounds awful. Paul said he was going to make me dinner. So I'm looking forward to that. So that I'm looking forward to. I will say I'm back on the Weight Watchers. We know this. I'm counting the points. So I've been doing a lot of 0-point foods, which is all like.
What is the best 0-point food that you can offer advice on?
Eggs.
Okay. Do a lot with that. Okay, I have a question.
I love eggs.
But do you if you make like an omelet or something, does that count toward, like, how do you, if you put vegetables, mushrooms?
0 points.
Now, I know you. What about the cheese?
I've been having to avoid it, which is horrible. Like one slice of cheese is like 4 or 5 points.
Wow.
That's a lot. Cheese, it's so funny because I follow like one of these little groups where they talk about this stuff. And there was a whole post about cheese because people were like, it's just so hard. And I was like.
Sometimes it's soft. Peter says it's a personal decision. I don't think the big guy upstairs will punish me for not eating fish tomorrow. There you go, Peter. Shirley says Weight Watchers is great. Lauren says I lose weight by breastfeeding and chasing a toddler around.
Yes. Breastfeeding, you burn a lot of calories.
I know.
You have to because you're feeding another human.
Well, the other thing too is that you're really putting in your body things that are healthy for you and your baby.
So many of my friends say that too. Like when they're pregnant, they're like, that is your impetus to eat healthier.
Right.
Like, yes, you're going to splurge and have like a little bit of, you know what I mean? Like you crave X, Y, and Z, but like, people who might end up with diabetes when they're pregnant, or if you're like, sugar gets high or something, like it's so much easier, they say, to eat healthy when someone else needs you to, right?
When you're dependent
You're doing
on
it for somebody else. Yeah.
Parker's Pit, I've got a dad bod. Never trust a skinny chef. Just saying. I'm here for that. That's a great point. Megan says, couldn't do it, Katie. Love Cuba cheese.
I know. There are some like little ways that you can, you can have cheese. You can have, that's why you get the points. Then you just eat a lot of like 0-point things.
Justin says salt and sugar is addictive. Break the bond. James says I'm eating more salads instead of romaine lettuce. I've replaced it. Oh, I thought it said with Katie. I'm like, what?
Kale.
With kale. And then Grace says, you only live once. YOLO's what Grace says.
Yeah.
Huh.
We do salads a lot at my house, a fair amount.
Yeah, we had a salad last night with dinner. We had leftovers.
Last night I did the carbonara.
Okay, so I'm really into that also.
So Ed's like, oh my God, I found these noodles. They're called carbonara. I'm like, Ed, I've been on the Weight Watchers train since I got married. That's how I lost weight for my wedding. And like those noodles are clutch.
Let me point out, I didn't find it, and I probably told you I did. My mom found them and passed it down to us.
They're great. And you can order them on Amazon and you can get a big box of them.
Yeah. Melly wondering what's that. So they're low carb egg noodles.
Yeah, Melly, highly recommend. They have different flavors too. There's like a peppery one. There's like a lemon one. There's a garlic one.
Jeanette says rock the dad bod. It's definitely more fun to eat bad food with your significant other. No, I'm totally with you on that. Like, look, I think I have a dad bod right now. So here's my problem. I'm looking back at pictures and, you've been with us for the last 10 years, obviously. Thank you very much, by the way. I feel like you've seen the changes. Well, I'll speak for myself.
Please do. I don't look different, but you speak for yourself.
I was so skinny, like stick thin.
And you want to say that, like Melly's saying, no, you weren't. Now, listen, I don't think you have a dad bod. It's ridiculous. Don't be dumb. But you have just grown into like your like body.
Yeah.
You were really, really, really skinny.
I was so skinny.
Really skinny. Those are the carbonadas, Melly. It's I believe it's CARBA in a space NADA. Yeah, carbonata.
Carbonata.
You can get them on Amazon. And somebody else mentioned these. I am wondering if other people have tried these too, because this is a big talker for the Weight Watchers people too. Hearts of palm pasta. Have you tried that?
Mm-mm.
That's a big thing that a lot of people. I've never tried it, so I was interested in trying it too. People said it's good too.
You look great now. You need some meat on your bones. Thank you, Karen. So
yeah,
thanks, Lauren.
He was a skinny little kid.
But I like Parker's Pit. The dad bods are bringing sexy back.
Yeah.
So I think it also comes down to like lifting. Do you know what I mean? If you're working out, have you found that you gain more weight? Like you're not heavy, but you are bulky.
Stronger. You're stronger.
Yeah.
If you're lifting weight, that's good for you. It's good for you.
Shirley wants to know, Katie, have you tried the baked French toast with apple recipe? It's delicious.
But sign me up.
Where is that from? Is that a Weight Watchers?
Weight Watchers on. I can look it up in my little app.
Okay. Also, I need to talk about this because this actually just piqued my memory here. Sherry said this is your adult, mature body. Okay. Can we talk about that for a second? I had a come to Jesus moment yesterday.
Good.
And
Jesus.
Thank you. I'm Jewish. And I called my mom after this because we were talking about, I was thinking about this like in the car yesterday. Usher. 20 years old. Yeah, 20 years old. And I'm like, oh, wow, that was 2004. I'm like, okay, well, that was one of my favorite songs in 2004. I'm like, I wonder what in 20 years will be.
Okay, so you're thinking about songs that you love that are 20 years old.
Right.
Because Usher's 45.
But
45.
yeah, itself is 20 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So that came out in 2004. And so I was thinking, okay, so 20 years from now, what song is going to be super popular?
That was my college roommate's favorite song.
Thank you. And then I'm thinking like, wow, 20 years from now, I'll be 57. I'll be pushing 60. You will be 60.
Super.
And then I'm thinking like, okay, my mom will be 87. Alana, my niece, will be 28.
She can tell you what's cool then.
Well, but like, okay, so I was having a little bit of an anxiety moment about this because I'm thinking, okay, if I'm going to be pushing 60, my mom is going to be almost 90. My dad will be 90 in 20 years. Like, do we have we think we have infinite time with these people, and then only to come out and to realize we don't. I was having a breakdown yesterday.
Take it back a little bit. Let's try to live for the day-to-day for a minute here. If we start looking ahead at all that stuff, that's a little too scary.
I know. And that's what my mom said. She's like, you can't put finite time on this.
Get
right.
out
Taylor, goodbye, Taylor.
6 in 2004.
Right. Now, so 20 years later, here she is, 26.
I mean, I was at bars listening to that music.
Thank you. Me too. Underage.
No. Okay, no. I was in college.
Underage at bars, listening to that music.
It was 20 years ago.
I was at Eddie Brady's.
It came out in 2004. So I was a sophomore in college, right?
Yeah.
So I was turning 21. The song had been out for a little bit. Let's just say that.
I'm dying is what Lauren says. Yeah. James.
Karen says, you can't do that. Life is too short. She looks back like that, but life is too short. Do you know what they always say? What? The days are long, but the years are short?
Gosh, I'll be 84. When your number's up, it's up, is what Diane says. I know, but you know what? I'm just not, I feel like there's so much more. I don't know. Don't you want to just wrap your arms around your parents and be like, stay here forever? Don't go.
Okay. All right. This is getting way too deep.
I'm sorry. Brittany says we spend way too much time working and grinding today rather than slowing down and enjoying the present.
That's the truth. That's the truth. Let's slow down and enjoy the present today.
My mom said the same thing. And I said to her, so does that mean I should retire tomorrow? And she goes, absolutely not.
What would you'd have no money.
It's true. Oh, Lauren, I'm sorry, Kristen. I don't mean that.
Everybody here, let me push him just out of the way.
It was just like my deep thoughts coming out.
Don't think like that, everybody. It's okay. We'll move past that. Jesus, Ed,
I'm sorry,
everybody. My God. All right, Justin, take time to smell the flowers. Speaking of flowers,
it's Valentine's Day tomorrow.
Boop.
About
Day.
like moving up here. I was like, oh, maybe I'll go. We're talking about getting ready for Valentine's Day since it's on Ash Wednesday.
So there's two restaurants in East Aurora that were offering fish fries.
One Lines and what is it? The Roycroft.
Yeah.
Wild Wines has great wings.
And guess who we want to spend the most time with on Valentine's Day?
Our dogs. Can you believe that? You don't even want to spend time with your loved one on Valentine's Day. You want to cuddle up with your dog.
People said if they had to pick, this was literally a survey, if they had to pick who to like snuggle up with on the couch, most people pick their dog over their significant other.
Is your dog a cuddler?
Oh my God, he's a complete cuddler.
Mm-hmm.
He is a cuddle buddle. He looks like this dog. That's that's a bandit look.
There's Reese.
He's a total snuggle buggle. And the thing with your dog is, this is why I think that like people are like, oh my God, you feel like special when they want to snuggle with you.
I know.
And like, okay, yeah, Paul wants to cuddle, I get it. But like when the dog wants to snuggle with you, you're like, oh, you chose me. There could be no one else at home. I'm like, you want to cuddle with me?
Gladys and Bandit are two different animals, literally. Gladys is not a cuddler at all, but I've been trying to like mold her a little bit more.
Cuddle, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll lay in bed and I'll pull her up on the bed and put her on my chest.
Does she like that?
She does, but it takes her a minute to settle in, and then I'll just scratch her and like massage around her ears, and finally she puts her head down on my shoulder, and that's like the most gratifying feeling because you know that she's at ease.
So Bandit, I'll go to bed right early. Paul's usually up, and Bandit will come to bed with me. We have a king size bed. I'm on my side. When he comes in, he is like this.
Paul or Bandit?
Bandit. He touches as much of me as he possibly can. It really is cute, but I'm also like, could you scooch just a teeny bit because big boy.
Justin has two boxers. They love to cuddle 24/7.
Snuggly dogs, boxers.
Parker's Pit says, my wife likes to cuddle with me because of my dad bod and I also keep her warm. Maybe your wife wants more than just cuddles, Parker's Pit. Just saying. Maybe she wants, never mind. Lauren says, Brian just happened to overhear you, Ed, and goes, oh, I should try that with my wife.
See if she puts her head down on your chest.
No. Lauren, can you be nice to Brian, please?
Cindy says Wegmans is insane right now for Valentine's Day. Oh, I bet.
Jeanette, do you think they'll develop the technology like probes or something so we can hear your pet's thoughts? They probably already, okay. Do you feel like you can already read Bandit's thoughts?
Yes.
I think I can do that with Gladys
Very
also.
easy. You guys could all do it too. I'm hungry. It's easy.
Gladys is so afraid of Russell. It's so funny to me. So we call Russ Scary Dad. Oh, Scary Dad's home.
Do you make up songs for your dog?
Of course I do.
I came in the other day and Paul was singing, I see a little silhouette of a band. Queen song. We make up songs all the time.
You know Megan Thee Stallion, and her song Body?
Yeah.
Body, yaddy, yaddy, yaddy. We have Gladdy, yaddy, yaddy, yaddy.
We sing songs all the
Crazy,
time.
curvy, wavy. That's it.
Thank you.
And then I sing to her, You Are My Sunshine, because I feel like she was just so badly treated before she came to us that now I just want to like cuddle her and tell her that she's loved and nothing ever is going to happen to her.
Bandit, as you know, brings you a gift every time you come in.
Yeah.
A boot, this. He found a travel pillow after we went to Arizona for like the plane. That's his new favorite thing. Brings it everywhere. He brings it to me all the time. I'm like, and it's always funny because you're like, oh, washcloth, towel.
And what did Paul do with that pillow?
Paul put it around his neck. The dog's like,
so funny. What made us name Gladys? Gladys. She came to us. Yeah, she came to us with that name. And I think it's just so fitting. She's an old lady.
Yeah. Bandit's a real scoundrel, so that works out. He would sneak any food from you. Adam Campos came and helped me when I was out of town. Paul and I were out of town like last month. We went to Arizona, and Adam came, and Bandit cuddled right up with him, fell asleep too.
I love that.
He's a lover. Loves you.
I know. We're best friends.
Wants to sit on Ed, like lapdog style. You know, they used to big and like. It's just funny.
We're about the same size.
It's just funny, is what I'm going to say. It's really funny.
Parker's Pit, you are killing me today. My slogan is every butt needs a nice rub.
Oh my God,
that's hysterical. I love it. And Jeanette says old names are making a comeback.
Yes.
Wait,
that was your grandma's name. Connie says Gladys was her grandma's name.
Love that. We got to get the show on the road here.
Oh yeah, we do.
Have a great day.
Bye.